isn't it time for you also, perhaps tonight, to embrace your supporter, David Davis's plan to instruct Border Force and the Royal Navy to push those floating dinghies back?
Yeah. Look, David's idea, many others have said that as well, and as the Prime Minister's already said, no option should be off the table with regard to that.
It's absolutely shocking. We're talking about a policy which both breaks international law and puts lives at risk.
The first is very quickly move away from the European definition of what an asylum seeker is. Because it is too broad, it gets exploited by lefty lawyers and means that we can't send people back who shouldn't be here.
How many more times? There is no ECHR definition of asylum. The ECHR is human rights, and the rights that may constitute barriers to removing an asylum seeker are Article 2, which guarantees the right to life, and Article 3, which prohibits torture, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Which bit of that is
too broad?
And again, to justify his plan, he jumps on the Johnson-Patel bandwagon of blaming what he calls
lefty lawyers, lefty lawyers, lefty lawyers.
And he does it despite both Johnson and Patel having been warned using dangerous language like that could put the lives of lawyers and court staff at risk.
Many feel that the NHS itself, love it as we all do, has become a system that's simply not fit for purpose. Isn't it time for a profound restructuring and for you to say, if you're Prime Minister, not a penny more until it's functioning properly, meeting targets and achieving better outcomes?
That's broadly what I have said. On the unions, on this actually there isn't, I think, an enormous amount of disagreement between Liz and I. We completely agree. We need to crack on and pass a piece of legislation that means that unions will be, if they strike, they still have to provide a minimum level of service on critical infrastructure like our railways, because they should not be allowed to hold the country to ransom in the way they are.
What happened to the promise to enhance workers' rights? Now they want to undermine them. Just months ago they were talking about a high-wage economy. Now they say anyone who won't accept a crappy real terms pay cut is
militant.
And whilst we're on the subject of our trade unions, let's not forget it was our unions who fought for and won the minimum wage, maternity and paternity rights, pension provision, holiday and sickness entitlements, victories which have benefited every single one of us. This lot would send kids up chimneys if we let them.
I represent certainly more sheep than people.
Well, no arguments from me on that one.